G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So jumping into Go Battle League, and just off the bat I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody that has subscribed recently. It's really helpful. If you do like the content, please do subscribe. I think I'm getting about 8.5% now of people watching the videos are subscribed. So thank you very much to all those who have subscribed, and like I said, if you like the content, please subscribe. So let's jump in, and we're in the Master League, I believe we are. So we're going to jump into the Master League Classic and switch up the team slightly. So previously, so I have a playlist and I'll link that now to my previous Master League videos, but for now what I'll do is actually sort this in the right order, and then swap this up. So I'm going to get rid of Metagross. So having a lead Pokemon weak to ground is not ideal. So because my lead Pokemon shares weaknesses with both of my Pokemon in the back, so that being ground weakness with Tyranitar and a ghost weakness with Mewtwo, I'm not sure that it's a great balance to have. So I'm going to swap out the Metagross here, and what I'm going to swap it out to, let's have a look. So I'm not sure whether I should change it up to something hugely meta, so whether that be Dialga, whether it be Giratina, but what I'm actually going to look for is Snorlax. So I've run Snorlax in the past, and I am running it with Lick, Superpower, and Body Slam. I don't know whether I should swap that Superpower up for Earthquake or not. Let me know in the comments if what you think. I'm going to swap that up. I'm going to lead Mewtwo running Psycho Cut, Psy Strike, and Focus Blast, and then keep Tyranitar in there as well, running Bite, Crunch, and Stone Edge. So they're the three, and I'm going to lead with Mewtwo, and hopefully I can draw out their ghost counters, and that will allow me to swap in and get that done pretty well, hopefully. So let's see what our first match is. Hopefully we can be matched up with something nice. So Mewtwo Mirror. So this is not ideal for me, to be completely honest. So I'm going to swap, because most other Mewtwo's are running Shadow Ball rather than Focus Blast. So I want to swap that out. So swap that out and get countered with Togekiss. So that's actually pretty good for me, because obviously I do not want Togekiss matched up against my Tyranitar, so really good there. And then going to have to think about this one. Going to let it go. It's more than likely going to be the Ancient Power, which it is. Happy days. And so going to let that go because it doesn't do too much damage, and then I'll be able to get to almost the double Body Slam, but I'm trying to deny them fast moves. So going to throw that now, and then should be able to get to another Body Slam before they're able to fast move farm me down. So they're either going to have to invest shields here or lose switch. So let's see what they want to do. Shields it is. So they're going to be able to farm me down. Doesn't leave me with much health, but that's fine. I'm going to come in with Mewtwo and get a little bit of an energy head start here. They shouldn't be able to get to... I say they shouldn't be able to. They can. So it takes, 8 to get to an Ancient Power, and then so it must take... So it takes 8 the first time, 7 the second time. So good for them. They're able to get to that second one. Does a little bit of chip damage here, and then out comes Giratina. So this works out pretty well for me. So I'm going to charge up to the double Psy Strike here, and then so see if I get a shield. So not going to get a shield on that first one, so might as well just throw straight into the second one. Unfortunately, they're able to get to a charge move at the same time, so I am going to shield this up, and then going to be able to throw into my next Psy Strike here, and then this should either be, it will be either taking them out or getting their second shield. Let's see. And it gets their second shield, so I'll stop straight into Tyranitar, and this is good game. So I'll be able to either charge them, fast move, farm them down, and then throw Crunch, or they'll swap out. The alternative is to do what they did, and that is quit. So off they go. They know that's good game at that point. So Tyranitar versus Mewtwo and Giratina with no shield. Absolutely outstanding for me. So able to take that first match. Really good to get the swap in of the Togekiss. Works out in my favour. But I guess they obviously couldn't swap in the Giratina. That was an absolute awful match. They were probably thinking, oh, happy days, perfect to get the Snorlax out of the way now before my Giratina comes in. But had the 2 strong counters to it in the back, and that's, I think, we'll see how this plays out, but I'm thinking that's one of the reasons that I like this team. It has those 2 strong counters to the to some of the, well, Psychic and Ghost being 2 big types. So on the lead in this one we have Togekiss. So this is actually alright for me, and what I want to do here is throw this before they get to their Ancient Power, but they've swapped into Giratina, which actually works out alright for me because I'll be able to do a little bit of chip damage here. I'm going to charge up to the second Psy Strike there, and then swap into my Snorlax. So Snorlax, I won't be shielding anything up, so they're hopefully not going to be running Dragon Pulse. Most, like 99%, are running Ominous Wind and Shadow Ball. And that's just going to do absolutely nothing. And something I did realize in this matchup, by throwing the Psy Strike and doing the chip damage, I am able to actually just completely commit to farming this down without having to throw energy, because one of the big things that's an issue with Snorlax, and particularly this moveset, up really well against Giratina. It does actually, its fast moves don't. Like, it can't do much against Giratina fast move wise. So Giratina, although its moves are resisted, does get a lot of chip damage. So really good for me to be able to get all of that chip damage. So shielded that, let that go because I thought it was going to be an Ancient Power. It was the Air Slash, or Aerial Ace, sorry, which does take 8 as well, but does do a little bit more chip damage. So able to come out and farm that one down. Come out and Psy Strike that, and then farm it down. Out comes the Dialga, which works out absolutely perfectly for me. I'll throw this superpower and then I'll swap. So if they don't shield this up, they're in a world of pain. If they do shield it up, then I'm still fine with that. So no shield there. So I'm going to swap this out for my Tyranitar. I've got 2 shields, so we'll be able to fully bite down. So we'll need to be shielding up whatever the Dialga throws, because obviously that's going to do a lot more damage. But then I'm going to be able to bite down and do the same for the Giratina that's in the back. So they swap that out, trying to catch, I assume, a charge move. But at this point, I have no idea why, because I'm not going to be throwing one. Just bite all the way down. They had a shield left in the bag, but able to take that match. So really good game there. Happy with that one. So we'll jump into the next battle and see what we get. So hopefully we get more of the same. So doing well so far. Can't imagine it'll last forever. So into this next one, and let's see what we get. So Mewtwo into Melmetal. So this is a bit of a weird one. Basically, they shield up the Focus Blast, and they're looking good. They call the baits, and they're looking good. So let's see what we're going to do. So they're going to be throwing a Rock Slide here. It takes 5 to get to a Rock Slide. There it is, and what we need to do here is, so what am I going to do? So I'm going to charge up to double Psy Strike, and then throw a Psy Strike and try and get a shield here. Let's see what they want to do. Oh, and we've got the shield, so perfect, absolutely perfect. So able to grab the shield. So I'm going to shield up as well. Going to be another Rock Slide here, and they do start adding up, which is really unfortunate. So let's see what they want to do here. So I'm actually going to charge up to the double again and see if I can grab a second shield. So can I grab this second shield? Please, please, please. Oh, there's the second shield. Able to grab the second shield. Happy days. Let's see what they want to do now. So going to shield this one up, and let's see here. Can I get to the Rock Slide, the Focus Blast before they can get to the Rock Slide? Yes, I can. So there we go. So able to get there, and this will be absolutely one-shotting this Melmetal, and down it goes. So now shields are down, so this is not looking quite as good, but going to swap out into my Snorlax here to counter this, because I do not want them being able to charge up a lot of energy while they farm me down with Dialga. And then, oof, it took just a little bit too long, so should have just thrown the superpower. And thankfully it is the Iron Head. Let's see what they want to do. So they're going to swap that out into Dragonite. So that's not looking too ideal for me. What I want to do is be able to, wanted to throw a superpower onto the Dialga. So going to come in with my Tyranitar here, and going to look to, well, obviously I have to tank this move. I'm assuming it's going to be an Outrage or a Hurricane. No, just a Dragon Claw. Okay, that's fine. So going to look to charge down. Can I get there? No. So they're able to get there first. Not able to get the crunch off. That's really bad for me. Really bad. Should have been trying to switch out a bit faster. Oh, can I get there? Oh, got to the crunch. So what I actually should have done at this point is swap back out into my Snorlax instead of throwing that crunch. But able to throw the crunch, and then let's see what they want to do here. So just going to come out and throw the superpower straight away. So this is actually not ideal for me, because if this doesn't, so it doesn't go close to KOing, and now they're just going to be able to farm me down. And do the same for everything that comes out, which is why I should have saved the crunch on the Tyranitar and swapped into my Mewtwo to farm down. Because, yeah, see, not quite able to get to the charge move. So, yeah, should have come in with Mewtwo there. Would have been able to get to, yeah, so there's a lot I could have done differently. The big one is not switching into, and yeah, that's good game. So I lost that game. So what I should have done there is swapped into Mewtwo to be able to throw a Size Strike, and then swapped into Snorlax to be able to throw the superpower. So definitely my game to win there, but big mistake. The other thing I could have done is swapped out of my Tyranitar on the Dragonite, saved the crunch, and then thrown the crunch onto Dialga. But, I mean, while the game's playing, it's sometimes a little bit harder to think that through. So we've got Ho-Oh on the lead for this next one. It takes 3 for a Brave Bird, 4 for an Earthquake, and let's see. So there's the 3, and I will now throw to try and make sure they don't get an extra Incinerate through. You really do not want them to get an extra Incinerate through. So much extra energy. So they're throwing another one, and oof, we got to the moves at the same time. I am going to shield this up though, because I suspect it's going to be a Brave Bird. It is. And then going to swap that out. So going to overfarm a little bit, and then come in with the Snorlax. So I should have really thought about this one, and I guess maybe went in with, thrown the when they get the boost. So that's not ideal for me. So let's see what they want to do here. So going to charge up a lot of energy here, expecting a ominous winds, expecting a Shadow Ball to come through. It does come through, and as you can see, it does do a lot more chip damage, but they swap out into their Dialga. So I'm just going to throw the double superpower here and see what they want to do. Let the first one go. Going to go straight into this next one. I suspect that they will be shielding this one up. Let's find out. And got the great, so not ideal. So they shield that one up, and then going to come in with my Tyranitar to look to farm this down. So they swap into their Ho-Oh here, and then going to be throwing those charge moves, and I'm able to get to the crunch before they're able to get to their Brave Bird or Earthquake. So I imagine they're going for Earthquake, because that's going to absolutely one-shot this thing. There's the shield. Happy days. Question here is, I know that they've got Dialga with energy, but I'm going to need to shield this up, and it is the Brave Bird, so that's fine. I'm going to be able to farm down, and then they're going to come out with their Dialga, and look to throw a charge move, which is fine. I've still got a Mewtwo with energy in the back, so that's going to be able to come out and throw that onto the Giratina. So going to charge up to double Size Strike here, and then swap out and look to lick down from the Dialga. Unfortunately, not quite able to do it. So Iron Head comes through and takes me out. So what I should have done there is just gone straight in for the Size Strike on the Dialga. That would have taken it out, and then thrown the second one onto the Mewtwo, and then swapped out into my Snorlax. Would have been probably a more sensible line of play, but still able to get the win, so happy days. There was lots of good win cons there, so able to take that game pretty comfortably. So happy with that one. So let's see what we get next. So we'll jump into the next one. So Ho-Oh on the lead with Ho-Oh with Brave Bird and Earthquake is becoming more common. So obviously, if you had a anything with rock, so get your Stone Edge onto that, or if Tyranitar had Smackdown, that would absolutely destroy it. So we'll jump into this next one, and we've got Togekiss on the lead. So this is good for me because I do not want to be having this matched up with my Tyranitar. It just does all sorts of causes all sorts of problems. So now I'm going to swap into my Tyranitar onto their Shadow Mewtwo. And the reason for that, so going to no shield, this I suspecting they've got a Shadow Ball and Size Strike here, and it is the Shadow Ball. So Shadow Ball still does a massive chunk of damage. That just shows you how much damage that Mewtwo does, but able to just fast move farm that one all the way down. So really good there. Expect them to come out with no. So I did fully expect them to come out with their Togekiss, but they've come out with Dialga, which is interesting. Looks like they're committing to the farm down, so they swapped into their Togekiss now, so they've got two shields. The question is, what do I do? So going to come in with Mewtwo and force some shields here. So they're not going to be, they're not going to be letting this go. Okay, so clearly very, very wrong. So going to swap out of that, keeping the Size Strike in the bag for the Dialga. I'm going to tank this Ancient Power. Snorlax is definitely able to do that, and then come in with Snorlax, and they're going to swap into their Dialga. So let's just throw these body slams. They're going to have to shield something up. They've got two shields, and if they let this go, it's just going to be causing, it is going to be taking them out. So happy days, able to grab a shield. I do know that obviously Togekiss has just thrown energy, so it's going to take him an absolute age to get there with the Togekiss. So happy days for me, going to be able to shield that one up, and they do get to another charge move with the Dialga, but that's fine. Very little energy left on the Togekiss, so just going to throw straight into that and they swap out to, I don't know whether to try and farm down or to, I don't know, but out they come, and I'm going to look to lick down. Still got a full Size Strike on the Mewtwo, so I'll swap that in and just take this out. So I 100% could have licked down and taken that match, but safer play is to just come in with the Mewtwo and throw that move, take it out, end the game, and secure the win. So able to take that one as well. So only lost the one game, and that was due to some pretty poor play on my part. So definitely would have been able to win that game had I played that correctly, in a really good position for it. But able to go 4-1, so really happy with that. And let's see what our reward is. Tornadus. So Tornadus CP 1793, so not a good one. I'm going to throw a silver pineapple just to try and get a little bit of extra candy because it's not going to run away. I do have a video on throwing, improving your excellent throws, so I will link that now, and you can check that out if you want. So hopefully we can catch this without too much fuss. Really good to get legendary Pokemon as rewards for PvP. The only annoying thing is then actually having to catch them. Sometimes it takes an absolute age. So to catch these, well, so what I will say is for anybody that's this far through and hasn't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Let's try and grow this community and see if we can get a few more. So first throw, boom, managed to hit the excellent. So like I said, check that linked video on improving your excellent throws. Hopefully it can help. And very, very nicely was able to catch that first ball, which makes it not so painful. 3XL candy. Happy days. Let's see if it's actually any good. 12, 11, 14. So the answer to that question is no. No, it is not any good, but that's fine. It's XL candy, it's normal candy. Happy days, I'm happy with it. So 2156 will claim that reward, and that takes us to 2201. So that's not too bad. So slowly making our way up there. Hopefully we can breach that 2500 barrier at some point. And then this season we'll go for 2750 and see what we can do. But that's it for now. Hopefully that was useful. Relatively successful team. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.